Hello everyone, my name is Miss Moeller and today I'm going to be showing you how to upload your artwork to your Free Artist Network portfolio. So before I begin with, I have my artwork right over here. This is a JPEG. Now Free Artists will only let you upload a JPEG which ends with .jpg or .jpeg, or you can upload a GIF, .gif, or you can upload a .png. So those are the only three kind of images that you can upload to your portfolio. Now, sometimes what happens is, for those of you who are working in Illustrator, so if you're working in Adobe Illustrator, which looks like this down here, Adobe Illustrator will only let you save an image or a design work as a PDF, which is different. Unfortunately, you can't upload a PDF to FAN, though, as a work of art. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to show you how to make sure that your image is the right format for Free Artists. So to do that, I actually prepared a PDF right over here. So this is my PDF file, and you can see it actually says .pdf at the end, or it should say that. Yeah, there you go. So it's a .pdf file. Now, again, if you're working in Adobe Illustrator, what you're going to do is you're going to make sure that you save your work. You go File, Save As, and save it as a PDF instead of a Illustrator file. If you're working in Adobe Illustrator, or sorry, Adobe Photoshop, then you want to make sure that you just go File, Save As, and save it as a JPEG. So one more time, if you're working in Adobe Photoshop, you want to make sure that you go File, Save As, and save your image as a JPEG. And if you're in Adobe Illustrator or some other program and you have an image there, you have to go File, Save As, and save it as a PDF. That's .pdf. Now, here's how you can convert it to become a JPEG. I'm going to open up a new tab in my browser right over here, and all you really have to do is just type this in. Just type in convert, that's C-O-N-V-E-R-T, convert PDF to JPEG, just like that. So it's convert PDF to JPG. If I click enter, it's going to actually give me a number of options. Now, I tend to like Zamzar quite a bit, but there's definitely a bunch of different options. The first one should work just fine, though. So I'm going to show you, I think I'll show you Zamzar. Actually, you know what? Zamzar and Small PDF. There's a bunch of ones. Smallpdf.com, Zamzar.com, PDF to JPEG.net. These will all work. I think the one I want to show you probably should be PDF to JPEG with smallpdf.com, which is right here. So I'm going to click on PDF to JPEG under smallpdf.com. If you can't find that, then go straight to smallpdf.com. But any of these will work. All right, so here's Small PDF. Small PDF lets you convert many files to many different things. You see up here, I can compress a PDF, meaning that I can make it smaller if a PDF is too large to load. I can convert a JPEG to a PDF. I can convert a PDF to a JPEG, which is what I want to do. And then I can also convert PDFs to Microsoft documents, like I can make a PDF into a Word file, into an Excel file, or even into a PowerPoint. Or vice versa, right over here. So Word, Excel, and PowerPoint can be turned into PDFs. I can merge PDFs with each other, split them, and unlock them. So let's start with converting a PDF to a JPEG. I'm clicking on that just in case. Here I am. And now all you have to do is drop the PDF here, or else click on Choose File. I'm going to click on Choose File, do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to go to my desktop, and here's my PDF. So see, it's a portable document format. It's PDF. Click Open, and now what's going to do is it's automatically going to convert it. So I'm going to convert single images, convert the entire page. So I'm going to go Convert Entire Page. There you go. It's processing. There it is. Now you see where it says Download as Zip. You're going to click on that, and this will let you download it. Bottom left corner. So if I click on the zip file, you have to extract it. If you're working on a PC or Windows, just make sure when you click on this folder, on PC Windows, it's going to ask you to extract it. I'm in Microsoft, so I'm in Macintosh. Macintosh will extract it automatically on Apple, but if you're on Windows, when you open up a folder like this, you're going to look for some icon up here, and that icon will say Extract All, and you want to extract it. Now there you go. So now my image is now a JPEG. See? .jpeg. So that's how you convert your images that way. Now again, there's many sites that will let you do things similar to that. There's Zamzar, Zamzar.com, which will let you convert files as well. Now, Zamzar is really useful for video files. If you're trying to upload a video file and FAN will not accept it, then you can convert the file here to a version that FAN will accept. I know FAN will accept .mp4, and it'll also accept .mov. So if for any reason you're trying to upload a video or a film to FreeArtist and it's not letting you do that, then you can convert the file here as well. So normally what you do is just upload your file here, click what you want to convert it to, so you can convert pretty much files to almost anything. See all these options here? Documents, there's music. You can convert music files to different kinds of music files, different formats. For video, there's MPEG or MPG, Windows movie player, things like that, all different kinds of things. So you just select what you want to convert it to, enter your email, and then click convert, and it'll send the file to you. You just click on it, and then it'll let you download it. But yeah, there's many different options to convert files, and so I think that this is a really useful source. So one more time, that's Zamzar, Z-A-M-Z-A-R, and then the other one was small PDF. Small PDF. Okay. All right. So now that my files are converted, and I make sure that I have them as JPEGs, I'm now going to go to FreeArtist. I'm going to do that over here. So that's freeartist.net. Don't forget that artist is plural. So you want to go freeartist with an S at the end, .net. So now I'm going to go ahead and log into my portfolio. There you go. Perfect. And this step should be pretty easy. So now that I'm here, I logged into my backend, as you can see here. I'm going to click on My Portfolio, which would be located right over here. Now that I'm on my portfolio page, here's my portfolio. I'm going to click on Add Work. So you see it says Upload Work. I'm going to click on Add Works. Click on that. Now this little box will pop up. Let me explain what this is. The first question it's going to ask you is this a professional work or personal work of media? Here's what that means. A professional work of art is something that you actually want to be part of your professional portfolio, like your artwork, your photography, your films, things like that. So if it's professional, you're usually going to click professional. Professional means anybody can see it. It's part of your portfolio. So it's found in search results on FAN. So like a painting, photography, your films, your music, stuff like that. Now, personal means personal is not for shared works that you're taking from somebody else. Like you do not want to upload artwork to FAN that is not yours. You can only upload something that you've actually done. So it can't be a photograph you got from the internet. It's got to be something that you've made. However, personal work is something that is just personal to you. You don't want it to be part of your portfolio. A good example is like a selfie. So if you take a selfie and you want to share selfies with your followers, that's fine to do, but you don't usually want selfies in your professional portfolio. So the selfies will only be shown to your followers, but they will not be shown on the main portfolio page for people who are not following you, and you can't find them in search results. So another example is like maybe you just did like some dummy content or practice content, you don't want people to see it yet, then that would be personal for as well. So this is a professional work of art. I'm going to click on that, professional. There you go. Now it's going to ask you what kind of media do you want to upload. Is it audio, text, image, or video? This time I'm going to upload an image, so I'm going to click on that. Image. All right, so now this is asking you, did you make this? Once again, FreeArtist, it's not like Tumblr or Facebook or anything like that. You cannot upload artwork that you did not make. So it's okay to upload a comic if you drew it, but you cannot upload a comic if you found it on the internet and Google Images or Facebook. It's got to be your work. So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and click on this box here if you make it. So FAN basically says you have to check that box to guarantee that you are the creator of this media. Okay, now the next part is try to figure out which category you want this to belong to. So there are 6 main categories, and if you're not sure where it goes, you can pick on one of the main categories here. There's design for like graphic design projects, fashion design, things like that. Film, which is video related things, acting. Music, which is pretty easy, singing, music, things like that. Literature, which is writing, journalism, things like that, poetry. Narrative arts in FAN terms is for comic books, video games, animation, illustration, things like that, like cartoons and stuff. And then fine art is going to be for painting, drawing, photography, things like that. And then theory and history is also business. It's basically art theory, art history. So now in most cases, for photography, you're going to go here. And just, you know, these are not official categories of all media that exists. These are just communities. So it's asking you, which community do you want to share this with? Do you want to share it with the film community, the music community, or the fine art community? So for fine art, I'm going to click on sub-community under here, and this will let me pick a very specific sub-community to share it with. So if I don't want to share it with all the fine art people, I just want photography people to see it. So I'm going to click on fine art photography. Click. There we go. It's going to let me jump over. All right, now it's going to ask me to tag my work. So in this case, my tag is of, my pictures of an autumn forest. So I can type in autumn, comma, forest, comma, nature, comma. Tags are optional, but usually you definitely want to tag your work though, because this is going to help people search for it. So if somebody wants to find your artwork and there's no tags in the artwork, then they won't be able to find it in the search results. So you want to make sure you give it some tags. So the tags just are words that describe what it is. A tag does not have to be an individual word. It could be 2 words. So I could say like, I don't know, serene scene or whatever. That's a bit of a stretch. Or what would be a better example? Autumn forest could be 1. So, but you're just going to take these keywords, these tags, and you separate them out by comma. So they're not necessarily hashtags. You're just going to do the word comma, another word comma, another word comma, just like this, the space in between. And that's how you're going to make your tags. Now credits. Again, you cannot upload work to FAN if you did not make it. However, if somebody helped you make the artwork, or you used work from somebody else with their permission, of course, then you can give them credit here. So obviously you don't want to use any portion of somebody else's work unless you get permission from them. So for example, I might go to Facebook or Tumblr or DeviantArt and I might say, may I use this photograph in my graphic design project? I'm going to use this and turn it into some other work of art, but I'd like to use your photograph. Then and they say, okay, you can go ahead and use it. Then I could use it, but I have to give credit to them. So I might say, like for example, I might link to the artist site. So and so as the photographer. You can write it however you want. Photographer on DeviantArt, and then I could link to their DeviantArt page. There you go. And then I could copy the link. I don't have the link with me, but you can copy the link there as well. So basically, that's how I can link to them. And just to know, you can actually highlight a word. So I'm going to highlight a word here. Click on the link button right there. See that? So highlight that, click on the link, and then I can actually turn this into a link. So I can link to that person's portfolio on DeviantArt or Tumblr or Facebook or Behance or whatever site. I can link to it that way. Or I can put a picture of them, whatever, in here. So that way I can make sure that I'm giving credit to the artist who does that. So once I'm done, I'm going to go ahead and click Next when I'm ready. Now the next question they're going to ask you is there mature content on here? You can actually upload artwork to free artists if there's mature content, but you have to tag it. And this is very important. This is one of our rules because keep in mind we do have students on the site, and not all of our students are over 18. We do have like some middle schoolers on here and so forth. And we want the Free Artist Network to be a safe environment for them. So if you tag it, it doesn't mean people won't see it. It just means it'll restrict people who are under 18 from seeing it. So if I'm under 18 and I'm logged into FAN, I'm browsing around the site, then nobody will actually see it. If I'm over 18 and browsing around the site, then I'll be able to see mature content. So it's a default filtering system. It will also not appear to anybody who's not logged in if it's mature, which is again what we want in case a kid visits the site. We want to make sure that they don't see anything inappropriate for them. So mature content will include things like nudity, if it's a film, it might be like foul language, offensive themes, things like that, gore, anything that might offend or be harmful to a young student. You definitely want to mark that. So if you're not sure, just click I don't know. That will mark it automatically. Yes if it does, no if it doesn't. So I'm gonna click no. There's no much. It's just a forest. Nothing bad about that. So click a no. There you go. Now the next thing it's going to ask you is, would you like to share this with a group? So if you're part of a group, like a company, a school group, a company group, a project group, you can actually share that. So, or a special interest group. So for example, I have all these groups down here. So if I had a group for painters or a group for photographers or whatever, I could click on that group. And what will happen is when I share with that group, it will upload this work of art to my portfolio, but it will also upload that work of art to this group. So that way I can get people who are other photographers to look at my artwork, because it'll show up there as well. Now, if you're enrolled in a project, or if you're enrolled in a class and your teacher issues you a project, this is how you would turn it in as well. Sometimes a teacher will connect a project group to their course page. So what that means is, you see down here, it says Learn for Life, Art 1, Upside Down Drawing. This is actually a project group. You don't have to know which one's a project, which one's not. Your teacher should tell you. So basically, if I was turning in this photograph to my teacher, and my teacher created a project group for it, then I would submit it here. That way the teachers will have public portfolios of all those students' work for that particular project. And then that way you are sure your teacher actually got your project. So don't forget that step. If you're trying to turn this into your teacher, make sure you find the project group down here, so that way your teacher actually gets the assignment when you turn it in, so it doesn't go just to your portfolio. So I don't have any groups that I'm actually going to submit to right now, so I'm just going to leave this blank. Or maybe I'll do Fantastic. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to click Next. All right, so now here's what it says. Now, next time you upload media, you can actually skip these prompts if you want to. What that means is that the bottom, you don't see it here, but at the bottom of all those prompts, it'll say skip these prompts, skip these prompts. That will just take you to the main form. Click OK. But I think the prompts are useful. It helps you remember things. So now here's the full form. So here's how this works. Everything that's below this horizontal line, see this horizontal line here? This is all stuff we've already done. So basically, you see we picked our category, we picked our subcategory, did our keywords, everything here, share with group, all that. So everything will be here, basically. If you ever skip the prompts, all it means is you have to fill this out on your own, which is not too hard. But it just reminds you what each thing is. So if you fill these things, you can always fill these out on your own if you have to, but by skipping the prompts. Otherwise, it's filled out for you. The stuff above the horizontal line is stuff that you'll have to do on your own. So I'm going to make an album. It's kind of like Facebook. You make an album, or you can add it to an existing album. So if I have an existing album, I'll click on the existing album, and I can upload it to my existing album. If I want to make a new album, I'd make a new album. So I'll click on Create a New Album. I'm going to give my album title a name. I'll call it Forests, maybe, or Nature. Nature. Then you can describe the album. Pretty pictures of nature. There you go. Alright, this is just privacy settings. I do want people to see my artwork, so I'm going to keep those the same. Now, if your picture or your blog or your video or your music is in a different language, you can actually select the language here. So for example, if I uploaded a video in Spanish, I can make sure that it's in Spanish. That way people who are searching fan can find my video or find my artwork that's all in Spanish, or music in Spanish, things like that. But for now, all languages is fine. Otherwise, because there's no language, there's no text on the photograph, so I don't have to worry about that. Now, last thing to note, this is especially for albums for artwork and playlists for music. When you're uploading your work there, whatever you select as far as mature content will affect the whole album. So it won't affect just that one picture, because you can upload more than one song to the same playlist, and you can upload more than one album or more than one work of art, like a photograph, to the same album. So just be aware of that. If you click mature content, the whole album will be marked as mature content. So what I recommend doing is I would create a different album just for mature content if you use it. So if I do like nude paintings or something like that, and it might be not appropriate for younger students, then I would just have a whole album for just my mature content. I'd mark the whole album as mature content, because you can't mark one item at a time. It just affects everything in that album. So just be aware of that in case you don't know. And then everything that's not mature content I put in a separate album, which is what I'm going to do here. So here we go. Now at the very end, I'm going to click on Add Images. There we go. Click on my image, it's the JPEG. Click OK. Now it's going to load it. I'm only uploading one picture, so you see it's uploading right now. It's all set. I got my picture here. I can remove them if I want to before I upload. Otherwise, I'm good. Click Save Images. Boop, there it is. Now, it's going to show you a block for each photograph. So if I was uploading multiple pictures, or same thing if you're uploading music, it's going to show you a block for each song. So this will let you name each photograph inside the album. And if it was for music, it would let you name each song inside the playlist, or the album there. So I can call this particular album Autumn Wonderland, whatever. There we go. Autumn Wonderland. Then I can caption it. So caption it is a description. So I can give a description of this artwork. I could say like, I took this photograph when I was out camping, whatever, something like that. I used a iPhone camera, all that. So just describe the picture. Credits, this is what you entered before. Now, here's a catch. Anytime you enter credits, the credits will affect everything in the album. So this will be your chance to edit the credits if you have to. So for example, I can delete it here. If, let's say I had 3 pictures, but the artist that helped me only helped me with one of them, which could happen. Sometimes, like if it's like if you're working on a film project and you're uploading multiple videos, then you want the credits to be the same for everything without having to copy paste, you know what I mean? So this is why we do it that way. So it's easier to delete than it is to copy paste. So if the artist only helped you or you only used work from that one person, then this is your chance to delete it from other artworks. That makes sense. So if the photographer helped you with just this one photograph but none of the other photographs, then you could delete this credit tag from all the others. There you go. So now if I had to move it to a different album, I can move to a different album now, otherwise I'm fine. Delete it, otherwise I'm fine. And an album cover, this is kind of like Facebook. You can set an album cover that will represent the whole album. It's set by default here. Click Save Changes. There you go. And here's my album. So my album has one picture in it. So I can, it says Christian Moller's album Nature. Here it is. So now if I ever want to edit this, I can always go back to Edit Settings to change that. I can manage my artwork, so I could go back and fix those things. See right back here, so it takes me back to that page. So that's under Manage Artwork. I can add more artwork to this album from up here. Delete the album, edit the settings. This is basically like the visibility. This is what you saw before, this stuff, which community sees it, things like that. Just know that if you edit the album, if you save it, you have to make sure you check this box again at the bottom. And that's just the box to indicate that you are still the owner of the media. And that's basically that. And then you can return to your portfolio here. So now if I go click on Return to My Portfolio, or click on My Portfolio up at the top, which is up here, when I go back to my portfolio now under Artwork, under my Artwork tab right over here, there's my new album. Click on Nature, and there it is. So there you go. So that's how you upload your artwork. Now, if you want to send a link to this album, here's how you would do that. I'm going to click on the album again. So here's my portfolio. If I want to send a link to my portfolio, that would be up here. Your portfolio link will be freeartist.net/your username. So my username is the Fluffy Shrimp. It's going to be freeartist.net/the Fluffy Shrimp. If I want to send a link to my album, then I would click here, click on the album, and then just copy that link. So usually for an album, it'll be freeartist.net/albums/view/a number for the number of the album. And that would be the link that you want to submit to somebody if you want to show them that album, if you have to turn it into your teacher, for example, in class. And that's basically it. So I hope that was useful to you, and just let me know if you have any questions. You can actually do so on my portfolio over here. All right. Thank you.